Well, people, there goes Gary. He's a proud owner of a T350 Ford Transit van. He came down and bought it. He's been here. He got here yesterday from the airport, and this morning we went down, did all the bookwork and paperwork, and had the bank transfer, wire transfer, and all that. Had a little scary moment there for a second. I'm not sure what Gary thought about it. He called his bank and said, hey, we wire some money to Stan at his bank, and then give him all the codes and all that kind of stuff, the routing codes and all that. And they they said it'll be a little while, an hour or something like that before it goes through. Oh, okay. So we sit around, just visited and talked a little bit. And about an hour goes by, I call up, hey, is that money transferred yet? No, not yet. Okay. We wait another hour. Hey, is that money transferred yet? No. And well, did you get the special routing code numbers? And I'm like, the special routing code numbers? What are you talking about? And he said, oh, well, yeah, we have a special routing, code process and everything. And I said, no, I just gave them the routing on, the bottom of the check, the routing number and the account number. And they go, oh, it won't come through that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll have to send it this blah, and they give me their instructions. I'm like, oh, shoot. So he calls his bank and says, hey, cancel that, and we're going to do, oh, we can't do anything. We can't cancel it. And, oh, my God. Yeah, we can't do anything until tomorrow. And he's like, and I just looked at his face, just went white. He's like, $27,000 is, just disappeared. And like, no, I'm sure it's not disappeared. It just hasn't done something right. It'll get kicked back or something. So there was about an hour. We were making frantic phone calls between his bank and my bank, trying to figure everything out. Oh man, it was embarrassing, I guess. It was probably nerve-wracking to him, embarrassing to me, because I thought everything would go through smooth, and there wasn't any problem. His bank figured it out and ended up sending it to the right place after all. They did their due diligence, so you got to give them credit. I gave him the right routing number, but I didn't give him the right bank, because my bank has to go through a master bank somewhere, something like that. Anyway, she said, oh, it won't go through unless you give them the special routing number. Well, his bank got that number. They looked it up somehow. I don't know how, but they looked it up, and all was good. And while I'm on the phone with her, she goes, oh, hey, here, it just showed up. Here it is. Yeah, right here. Very good. I'm like, oh, great. And both of us like, oh, thank God. Well, it's getting late in the day. We need to hurry up and get down to town. I had to go to the other bank to get a notary on the bill of sale and all that kind of stuff, and run down to the DMV to get a temporary 30-day temporary tag. So we went run down there and got that. We just got back here and loaded up all the different things, the tires and things like that went with the van. And we got him all packed up, and he just pulled out, and he's heading down toward Houston to go see his daughter for a couple weeks, I guess. And then from there, he's going to head back up he's from Washington State. So he's going to head back up there, and maybe he'll be swinging by the RTR. So I told him I'll be leaving next week to head out there, or next Monday I'm going to be leaving out. And so maybe we'll be able to camp out there, and everybody can meet Gary and see his new fancy van that he just bought. So anyway, just a little quick update what we're doing here, selling the van and all that. And then I've got one more thing to do to the bus. I found out what the problem was with the generator. He got to looking at it and found out that the water pump has froze up. Down here underneath in this bay right here, there's a water pump in there, and that water pump is seized up, and it burnt the fan belt, broke the fan belt. And when it did that, it would run for about 5 minutes. Well, that's about how long it takes to get hot. When it gets hot, it would shut down like it's supposed to. Well, I'm like, what's wrong with that? And I go over and start it back up. Well, now it's only going to take a minute to shut off before it gets hot again. And it gets hot and it shuts down. Oh, what's wrong with that? I can't figure it out. I was fired up again and run for about 20 seconds and then shut down, because I was just getting it hot to the edge of, where it shuts itself down because of the heat. Well, then I'd sit there, and the next day I'd come out and I'd try it again. It'd run for 5 minutes again. Well, why is it doing that? Well, it's because it would run until it got hot. Well, that's the problem. The water pump is out, so I'm waiting on Saturday. He's going to come over and fix that water pump. And once that's fixed, I'll be packing everything up, loading clothes and stuff like that in. I'll be heading out on Monday, heading to Arizona to go to the RTR or the get together, whatever they're calling it this year. We won't really be at the RTR. We'll be at the old location. Where we were last year, that's where we're aiming for. Tom and I are going to try to park in the exact same spots we were last year, and we're not organizing anything. We're going to be there. Y'all show up, you show up, kind of thing. So that's what we're doing right now. Trying to think what else. All's good. So got a new van dweller. Gary and his wife are going to go travel around the country in my van, my old van, and I think he was pretty happy with it as far as the build quality and all that. I think he was pretty not impressed or anything, but just, you know, happy with it, content with it, I guess. So I'm glad for that. So anyway, with that, I'm rambling now. I've run out everything I wanted to talk about. So with that, we'll see you in Arizona. So ciao. Be good. Bye-bye.